Bragg.
Thank you very much, President. My question is to the Minister representing the Prime Minister, Senator Wong. Yesterday, the Prime Minister, who you represent in this chamber, Senator Wong, announced that the home guarantee scheme would be expanded and now it will be uncapped and no longer means-tested. Can the Minister please explain why the Albanese government has decided to allow the children of billionaires to use taxpayer dollars to insure their first houses?
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
You haven't got time to do your subs.
Order. Senator Watt.
Well, did she call me? Sorry.
I did call you, Senator
sorry,
Wong. And there does. Senator Bragg, you've asked a question.
Yeah, good of you to
Minister Wong.
Well, Senator Bragg, can I first say I'm not sure. I don't know many kids of billionaires, but I would have thought they would hardly be the ones that would be focused on this kind of deposit. Or otherwise, there's a big issue in the family, I reckon. But the point I'd make, Senator, I think we all find it quite difficult to take seriously your criticisms of this policy, which is about trying to enable more first-home buyers to access the market, when you are standing in the way of more houses. Yeah. It's as simple as that. Like, you are standing in the way of more houses in this country. So you have this bizarre position that Senator Bragg, where on the one hand you say we don't actually want people to be helped into the market by focusing on some mythical billionaire's family, but all of the real people who are trying to get into the market that this policy supports, you just pretend to ignore them. Meanwhile, you stand opposed to more housing supply in this country, which is the key to affordability. Like, does anybody actually understand Senator Bragg's housing policy? I mean, Senator Bragg, your housing policy appears to be. Let's make sure we have fewer houses for Australians, and then let's make sure we complain about it. That's your position. That's the Senator Bragg coalition's housing policy. We'll stop houses, then we'll complain about there not being enough houses. Well, I think the Australian people are onto you, and they know who is listening to their concerns and who is acting on their concerns and who is not.
Thank you, Minister. Senator Bragg. Order. Senator Bragg, first supplementary.
Thank you very much. Labor's expansion of the home guarantee scheme does put taxpayers on the hook for every single mortgage which is going to be subject to these arrangements. As you know, there is no means test. So can the government please advise what the Treasury is advising the contingent liability would be, which taxpayers are now on the hook for?
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
Well, Senator, I'm sure you're going to have a wonderful time in Senate estimates going through the costings on this, and I look forward to how Senator Gallagher will respond to it. But I would make a few points to you. This is a plan that will save first-home buyers, and this is who we're talking about. Well, how many billionaires do you know are worried about their first houses? Actually, I shouldn't have said that. I think we know some. Well, we don't design policy for billionaires. That might be how you think about
it. Order. Senator Bragg.
Point of order, President. The question was very specific. It was laser-like in relation.
Thank you, Senator Bragg.
In relation to contingent liability.
Thank you, Senator Bragg. I'm not sure I completely agree with laser-like, but order. Minister Wong, as Senator Watt. Minister Wong is entitled to take interjections. Now, I have been trying very hard to get order in this place, but seemingly I've not been successful, and the minister is entitled to take those interjections. So if you want your laser-like question answered, get your front bench to keep quiet. Minister Wong. Minister Wong.
Thank you. President, I'd make two points. First is this is a plan which will save first home buyers about $1.5 billion in potential mortgage insurance over the next 12 months. So there's a $1 billion figure. And these are first home buyers. The second point I would make is that I'm advised by Senator Gallagher that obviously the liability only arises on default. The scheme has an extremely low default rate of less than 0.003%.
Has expired. Senator Bragg, second supplementary.
Okay, thank you. This is another very clear question, demanding a very clear answer, I hope. So, industry estimates suggest the contingent liability could be as high as $60 billion. Has the government modelled this liability, and if so, what exactly does your analysis show?
Thank you, Senator Bragg. Minister Wong.
2 points. The first is this is a robust program that's operated for a long time, and this Commonwealth has underwritten this scheme for almost 7 years, issuing almost 160,000 guarantees, and in that time only 5 guarantees have paid out. So I know this is another scare campaign that they want to run. But the second point I'd make, you talked about clarity. You talked about laser-like clarity. Well, you know what is really clear? Senator Bragg disallowing tax assessments that would provide for more houses. I know
Minister
that's
Wong.
sensitive for you, but
Minister
you are standing in the way of more
Minister
houses.
Wong, please resume your seat. Senator Bragg.
Just a point of order on relevance in relation to the question was quite clear about asking about the contingent liability, and I'd be grateful if the minister could address that part of the question. It was quite specific.
The minister is being relevant to the question, Senator Bragg, and I'll continue to listen carefully. Minister Wong.
Thank you. Well, with respect, President, I think it is relevant that you don't want more houses built.
Yeah.
You built 17.
I think it's relevant that you don't want more rental properties for Australians. I think it's relevant that you complain about housing prices whilst opposing measures that will in fact try and deal with supply, which is key to housing affordability. I think that is called accountability. That is called accountability. And so we on this side make no apology for the fact that we will shine a light on your refusal to support more supply.